Okay, so getting into Malaysia. We've also got practice. Practice 1, 2, 3, full practice. Medium practice length. Full qualifying, so qualifying 1, 2, and 3, and then race distance 50%. As usual, nothing's changed there really. And we're just going to use the balanced tyre setup as usual because it gives us the best diversity over the weekend to allow us to do different strategies, and depending on where we come in the table and where we qualify.
The time has come to start the first session of the race weekend. It's practice for the Malaysia Grand Prix. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. And they probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that one or two of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found.
Okay, so we're going to do all the practice programs, track climatization, time management, and okay, so did our practice programs. Okay, it's very wet in this session, so I don't think I'm going to be doing any running. I'm just going to fast forward into
As all
qualifying.
the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Vettel,
Obviously,
Ricciardo.
see that we're bottom because we didn't really put in a lap. Okay, so just getting the resource points that you normally get from completing practice programs, participation in these sessions. Obviously, we didn't participate in the final practice session, so we don't get anything for that.
Hi, it's Emma. Your qualifying goals came up in the board meeting this morning. Here's what to expect.
Our qualifying goals finish night, B button, B Palmer. As usual, you know, night's normally a usual place that they want us to get.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in
That
mind.
kind of glitched. I don't know why. Like, it came up, did it? I waited, came back to the game, and it honestly, I didn't reload anything, but it just came up again. I was like, what's wrong with it? Clicked on it, and it did it again. So, never know. So, yeah.
Sit back and put your feet up as we head into qualifying here in Kuala Lumpur. Over the next few minutes, we'll find out who's got pace in the car and who hasn't.
Okay, so we're gonna...
This is a track that tends to ask quite a lot of the tyres, both front and rear. So is it fair to say a great deal of management will be needed in order to do well here?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
Okay, you should be able to get into the next qualifying session easily, so try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tyres. Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
So we get the fastest lap and there's no point really doing another
Don't need
lap.
to push too hard in this session. We should have the pace to qualify easily.
Okay, so we're gonna do it. Qualifying 2, I think we should be able to get through this as well. We come 7th in that, so we should be able to get through. Our teammates should be able to get through as well, hopefully. And we do. I don't know why Felipe Massa was on the mediums there if he didn't want to get in. He should have been on softs and he probably could have got through. Okay, so Hamilton gets an invalid lap there, as you see, and we're going out in Q3 to a second time, I think, try to get a better lap. We're just going to make it to do it, to be able to do another lap here. Run out of fuel and we were on a pretty good lap there, but we're going to be instead the race start in Malaysia, which is actually okay, better than 9th that we were meant to get. So
as we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top 3. Hamilton, Ricciardo and Nico Rosberg. With qualifying complete, all that remains...
it's going through the rivalry update. Beat button in the rivalry before the race, which is good. He came 9th, we came 7th, which was shows we're better, shows we've got more pace around this track than him.
Hi, it's Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Okay, so they're hoping for 9th. Beat Palmer and come 16th.
A young Spaniard named Fernando Alonso sat at the front of the grid here over a decade ago now. The first flash of greatness in a race that also gave us the maiden win for Kimi Raikkonen. The Malaysian Grand Prix is an event for gifted racers to climb to the top and for those on the sidelines to find new talents. 5 lefts and 10 rights make up the 15 corners of Sepang's 3.4-mile circuit. A track where the weather always threatens to play a deciding factor. The drivers will be subjected to forces in excess of 4G and heavy braking zones in 4 of these corners, 2 of which come at the end of DRS zones into turn 1 and to turn 15. And alongside me today to talk you through all that is Anthony Davidson. And welcome again. It's good to be back in Kuala Lumpur, isn't it? A lovely country, Malaysia, lovely circuit, and a race that tends to be quite hard to predict.
Yeah, it does indeed. There are a lot of high-energy corners that make the rear tyres suffer around here. Coupled with the excessive heat, that makes it difficult to keep your tyres in the right operating window. And of course, in previous years, we've come here very early in the season, which shows a potential reliability variable in there as well.
We're in a better grip position than we were expecting. Let's see if we can hold on to it.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Rosberg, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Raikkonen, a Renault, Bottas, Button and Jolyon Palmer. Hülkenberg, Massa, Sergio Perez and Alonso, Sainz, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean and Rio Haryanto, Gutierrez and Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, as you see on here, we've got a very intermediate race all the way through with intermediate tyres. On the session forecast it shows that it's going to be raining all race. So it's going to be really who can last out the intermediates best they can, and who, if you can make one less stop, it may really help in this race because of the conditions. And I don't think new intermediates don't really have a massive effect, because you're not allowed to go as fast as normal. Anyway. Going through a formation lap. here at the end of this formation lap. We really need to make sure we get a good start. You know, maybe beat Kimi Räikkönen. We've got both Ferraris in front of us, and then we've got the Mercedes and the Red Bulls to worry about. But we really need to get a good start here to stop us being swamped by Bottas and McLaren and our teammate. So going to 5 red lights here in the Malaysian Grand Prix round 16 of the season, and we get a good start. We beat Kimi Räikkönen straight out, and then Vettel, we go past Vettel, and then we're side by side with Max Verstappen. We've got the inside, and we go down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo as well. So now we're right behind the two Mercedes of Hamilton and Rosberg here, and we've still got Daniel Ricciardo on that inside there. And we're just gonna show you a bit of a replay of what happened there. They're showing me just going down the inside of the Red Bull and just having to slow so much down Mercedes on this first lap, with intermediate and being in the first lap just being so slow. But anyway, here we go, and they're a bit further away now. They're picking up their speed really. There we go, wide here, very wide onto the AstroTurf there, which really affects us there. And we're really struggling on this first lap. We just need to get the tyre temperature up. You know, just try to get into the flow of things.
Stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to
The
stay.
Mercedes aren't really going that fast. It's just the mistakes that we've made. And I think we could actually, if we start being a bit consistent, we could probably catch up to them and maybe even get past them and beat them in this race. As last.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.6 seconds.
So got a 2.6 second. 2.6 second per lap better.
The time last lap was a 2-minute 1.5.
So he just did a 55 there, and we beat that by nearly just under a second there. And then we beat Rosberg down in this next lap 9. We beat Rosberg down into that corner there, and then on this straight before that, on the corner before this straight, we beat Hamilton there. Lap 15, we're gonna stay out still. The intermediate's not really going away that much, you know. You don't really feel them go off because they're very they're kind of a dry tyre with a lot more tread. Kind of tyre. With lap 19 we come into the pits, so we're only going to make a 2-stop really, I think. We braked just in time there, very good, and we've made quite a bit of time here as Hamilton and stuff have been into the pits, and we got Verstappen, who we were, you know, even with the mistakes we were getting away from very much, and as we come out, Verstappen, I can't see Verstappen on my left mini-map here.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
And here's Hamilton. We get back in front of Hamilton, so his undercut is really not worked there. And we have the fresher tyres now, which should allow us to get away. He's got no DRS or anything like that, so on lap 21 we make quite a bit of a gap. Yeah, 7 laps to go. We've got a bit of a gap to Hamilton here, which is very good for us, as it means that he can't get slipstream on the straights or anything like that. Which on the Malaysian Grand Prix, as they got 2 DRS zones which you can't use, but then you still get slipstream. Very powerful in this game. And we get the fastest lap of the race at 1:53, showing we're still getting away from Hamilton really. And we're getting an even faster lap, 1:52 there. And then going on to the final lap, Ericsson just, I think that was Ericsson, or Nasser, who just moved out of the way there. Just got out of the way, and here we go, that is Hamilton there, now Max Verstappen. Hamilton quite far behind. Anyway, on the final lap of this race, we come across the line in first place, our first win of the season.
Fantastic drive. just fantastic. You deserved that race win.
So, another fantastic victory for Renault today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race it was. This is a team that knows success very well in F1, and they're just itching for even more. Congratulations to the Renault team for their excellent win today.
So that's our first winner's trophy there, and hopefully the first of many to come in this racing series, and hopefully start as something great for Renault.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day? On to the constructors then. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye. And
so now we're in 7th in the driver standings, pushing Bottas down the table a bit, and Massa, I think I was beating now behind, really the top 3 teams in the Drivers' Championship, which is good, as it allows me to, shows that we can really challenge them for the title, really at the end of the season. And we're getting some bonuses for first driver now, driver position, obviously. With first driver, and then we're gonna get some career score there, scoring career mode, and I'll see you in the next weekend, which will be Japan.